Coping with anger is the next major phase of my life. As a child, I was forced, through my adolescence, I was forced to watch a man beat my mother. And I could have killed him, but I could not have stopped him from emotionally abusing her. If I gave him any lip, he immediately, when we weren't there, took it out on her. I could not protect my mom. I was too young. But I started training for it. My anger management was encouraged. It was, I was banished to an attic or a basement of initially this creepy old 250-year-old, like haunted-ish kind of house. It was me and a punching bag. Just me, a radio, and a punching bag alone. And I beat that punching bag's effing face in. That was the solution. Oh, you're angry and you can't do nothing? And you can't repress your anger any longer? Pound this punching bag. I would shake the whole house. I can throw a punch. And I can take a beating too. I've been stomped on pretty good. Been held down by one dude and stomped on by another. Like, jumped. I had a kid I had a kid jumping in the air, stomping on my face. And, like, it didn't even knock me out. I got up, and the kid that did it ran. Because he knew it was about to be on. No one's ever knocked me out before. So then I go in the Marines. Oh my God, what a playground for violence. The Marine Corps is so good at utilizing your untapped violent potential. Your anger is something that they work with and they hone and they craft into, like, they put skill to it. What is the Marine Corps? It's like, oh, there's violence going on in the world. Well, we've got a solution. More precise violence. More precise violence. I've really kind of only lived in semi-difficult places to live. And might makes right. Law of the jungle. Like, I have peace here because I have such incredible capacity for violence. And I have a really good capacity to convey the concept of my capacity for violence. And I don't want that anymore. Because my first thought, I'm scared. I'm fearful. Like, my inner child is afraid of getting his ass whooped, even though he's not, because I've been pounded on, and I know I can walk it off. Like, I can walk that off, no problem. I've hit myself harder than anyone else has ever hit me. People that know me personally will get a chuckle out of that time I almost killed myself with a high lift, and that time I almost killed myself with a tire iron. It split my eye and cut a nerve, and then the tire iron put a freaking hematoma on the side of my head. I'm pretty lucky I didn't end up with brain damage, but yeah, no one's ever hit me as hard as I've hit myself in industrial accidents. So I know I can take a licking, and but I'm still scared. It's the fear response. It's like, I gotta protect me, which is what makes me so ferocious. But that's not strong. That's not strength. That's a bully. I was a bully as a kid because I was scared of being bullied, and I didn't have the assertiveness when I did get bullied. I didn't have the assertiveness to be like, knock it off, or I'm going to do this. I either took it or, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's just another sidetrack. As soon as confrontation, in the military, you're trained. No, a normal person, there's a gunshot, there's a fire, nowadays people are gravitated to it with the phone. But when it really gets violent, they actually run away. And when you're in the Marine Corps, you are trained to run towards the conflict, run towards the violence, like run towards it ready to die. Because you're never going by yourself. It's you in a unit, and the unit matters more than you. The individual doesn't matter as much as the unit. So, if you're in a foxhole and a grenade comes, you are trained to dive on top of the grenade. Like, we came to die. What's the difference when we go? If that dude, if the grenade is in this fighting hole, or in this machine gun turret, or this little bunker, this little embankment, if a grenade lands in there, there's 4 guys, and you're the only one who sees it, you need to get on it as fast as you can, because it's going to kill everybody. If you get on it and your stomach absorbs this frag grenade, the other guys get to live and keep fighting. And maybe your wife and kids back home, or your family back home, your cousins, your sisters, maybe this combat situation doesn't go back to your shores, to your homeland. So you leave the protected, like this protective space I live in is where my wife and kids are, well, my ex-wife, who's not here anymore, but a man protects his home front. The concept is, I need to go engage the enemy at his house and destroy him there, so that the danger doesn't come to my house, where the casualties may include my loved ones. So I have to fly out of this place straight to the danger and destroy the danger, eliminate the danger, so that my people are safe. And I mean, it's still, it works. It's functional. You can't say it doesn't work. But does God bless that? Not so much. I need to work on this anger and resentment and jealousy stuff. I've crossed the hurdle of my ex-wife, who I still care for, very rapidly falling in love with another guy. And the initial responses were like, how is he better than me? And jealousy and all the normal things. And God really very clearly asked me, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to hate him? Are you going to meddle? Are you going to this? Are you going to that? Or are you going to love him? Like, and it was 1 John. If we say we know him, then we have to obey his commands. In 1 John 2:9, anyone who claims to be in the light but hates his brother is still in the darkness. Whoever loves his brother lives in the light, and there's nothing in him to make him stumble. But whoever hates his brother is in the darkness and walks around in the darkness. He does not know where he's going because the darkness has blinded him. He who does, and this is 1 John 3:7, dear children, do not let anyone lead you astray. He who does what is right is righteous, just as he is righteous, as in Jesus is righteous. The reason the Son of God appeared, the reason Jesus appeared, was to destroy the devil's work. The devil's work in my life has been violence, viciousness, anger, hatred, animosity, jealousy, envy, contempt, disrespect, rage, uncontrolled rage, instability, like the grapes of wrath, as Steinbeck, I think that was Steinbeck, the grapes of wrath, like the fruit of the enemy, not the fruit of the Spirit. And I want that pruned off. I want that old person that I was to die, because he did not provide any peace or stability for himself. I'm talking in the third person now, me. Did not provide peace or stability or tranquility or love to the people that he loved. Provided danger and threat and insecurity and resentment and, all the things that the demons want you to provide your family, so that that family unit falls apart and fails to honor and glorify God, which is what they're created for. The Lord says, cleave, men, leave your mother and father, take a wife, cleave unto them as one flesh and multiply, make kids, so that those kids will glorify me too.